Welcome to the Hands of Time 2023 year in review. I'm Big John Silva.
Pauly the Bull.
And we're here to talk about our favorite movies of 2023.
Yes, sir.
So, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
You go first, because you're the movie guy. I like it. Same way with the music. I'm kind of one genre specific. This guy's watched way more movies than I did, as well as Otto. Shout out to Otto. You already know him. When we do Great Pending. But I'll let you go.
That man watches movies.
He watches
I ain't
way
watching
more.
movies in a minute. I haven't had time with my job and shit. But
you still got more than me, so that's why.
But so I'll start with my honorable mentions. No particular order except for the last one.
Okay.
So it's a horror movie called Where Evil Lurks.
Okay.
Really good horror film. Streaming on Shudder. Dope movie. Real creepy film. Different concept than I've ever seen before. Very original. Really good film. It was good year for horror overall. Then I was surprised. I put it on as background noise. Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
It's my honorable mention because it actually was a good film. It was a good movie. It was entertaining. I thought it was going to be stupid. I put it on background noise when I was writing, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I stopped writing. I was paying attention to the movie. And I was like, so I watched it again to actually watch the movie. I was like, "Oh, it's actually not a bad movie at all."
Right.
So actually, I thought for what I expected, I think my expectations being so low also makes it better than it maybe is.
True.
But I've had a few people talk about how good it was, and I actually seen it on a few people's list. Then I got Evil Dead Rise. I thought fucking great. I was waiting for this movie since the minute they mentioned it. Then when they first dropped the first trailer, and you had like Shorty in the bathtub talking about like mommies with the maggots now. I was like, oh, this movie gonna be creepy as shit. So it lived up to its Evil Dead reputation. Like it did what it did. Good movie, definitely good honorable mention. I got Poor Things with Emma Stone. This movie was really, really good. She did a great job acting. It almost creeped into my top 5. It's a really good film. I don't want to ruin it for you to give it away, but there's so much behind what it actually means, what the movie is. But it's also shot beautifully. The cinematography is great. And then Mark Ruffalo's in it, and he does a phenomenal job as well. But I definitely recommend checking out Poor Things. I definitely think that movie's gonna get nominated for an Oscar. But for me personally, I just had 5 other movies I thought were better.
Right.
But it's there. But my surprise honorable mention, almost making it in my top 5, and you're gonna know the surprise because it's not my kind of thing. Godzilla -1. Anyone who knows like me, like I don't fuck with monster movies. I don't care about Godzilla. I don't care about King Kong. I watched them like we did the movie review. I watched them with you guys as a fan, and even there I was rolling with King Kong on this one. I've never been a Godzilla person. Granted, I'll admit I've never seen the original Godzillas. The first one I ever saw was the 95, 94 Godzilla with Matthew Broderick in New York City. Okay. The first one I ever saw, and then I saw all of them after that. But it never did anything for me. Like watching them on the big screen, I was like, whatever, it's a big ass lizard, who cares? But then I seen people review this movie, and then they kept saying like, oh, if you see this movie, you got to see it in theaters. And whenever you hit me with that title, I'm always mad because the first movie I ever didn't see in theaters that you should have saw in theaters, that they said was Gladiator, and I missed that. And that one, if you watch that movie on a surround sound system, on a big TV, you know that in the theater it probably was off the hook. So when I hear should have saw it in theaters, I get disappointed when it's a movie I want to see. So I was like, you know what? Let me try to give it a chance. Then I found out it was Japanese subtitled. And I was like, I don't know if I want to watch it now because I don't care about Godzilla. If I care about a movie, I'll read it. But if I don't care about a movie, so I was like, I'm not sure. Then it was like, I see more reviews talking about how great this movie is and how close it is to the original stuff. And I was like, you know what? I never really cared for the original stuff, but maybe this will push me into it. Yeah, I saw this movie, phenomenal. I loved it. I was watching the whole thing, edge of my seat, like enjoying every moment of it. The way they did it, the way he's just over there fucking shit up, like which apparently is what Godzilla's about.
That's what he
is. We should have been more, we should have been friends because I love breaking shit and fucking shit up.
Well, that's why people say you should have saw the original ones because then the Americanized ones kind of ruined that. But yeah, the originals.
He's just fucking shit up in this
That's
movie.
What he do. Yeah, that's what he do.
That movie is phenomenal. If it's still like it is, by the time you watch this, check it out. Probably won't be, but definitely. And if you love Godzilla, you've probably seen it already because I don't like Godzilla and I watched this movie and it made me a Godzilla person.
Right.
We're now going into Godzilla vs. Kong, which I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to watch. I might be rolling with Godzilla this time. I mean, really not fighting. I think they're teammates in this one.
Yeah, I think because it's not versus, it's X, it's and.
But still,
so
it's Godzilla -1, phenomenal film. I loved it. I fucking loved it. Now for my top 5, in order, at number 5, I have Blackberry.
Okay.
I didn't expect this one.
I didn't expect it to be in your top 5.
I didn't expect this one to be that good. So I like movies like this. So like I enjoyed Air. I liked Social Network. I actually love Social Network. So I was like, you know what? I saw this and I was like, I don't give a fuck about BlackBerry though. But then I kept hearing how I'm gonna destroy his name, but Jay Baruchel or whatever did such a great job in it, and I'm like, really? He's always like the awkward, weird dude in Seth Rogen movies.
Right.
And then I kept hearing how even I can't remember his name right now, but one of my favorite dudes from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, how he did like an Oscar-worthy role in this, and I was like, you know what? I'll check this movie out. I watched it. One, I can't believe that, and if you watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you know what I mean, that Dennis Reynolds could play that kind of role. So I was surprised by that. But also the movie itself kept you intrigued, kept you wondering what's going on, kept you like, oh shit, like this is how it actually worked. This is what they did. This is how and I didn't realize how inventive and innovative BlackBerry was at the time because I didn't have a BlackBerry. I didn't care about. I never, you know me. I don't care about cell phones. I never cared about cell phones.
Right.
So I didn't care as much. I watched the movie. The movie was great. I definitely see it get picked up and nominated for a few awards. Then at number 4, I have Talk to Me, horror film. I believe Australian horror film. Very original, dope movie. I loved it. Had some scary moments to it. Had a great story to it. It wasn't just your typical quick jump scare. That's it. But great film. I loved it. I actually wanted to pick up as I picked up today. I picked up the Blu-ray version of it. So I have a copy of it. So I wanted a physical copy. But great movie. I love that movie. I definitely recommend it. If you like horror, talk to me. If you don't like horror, but you want to try to get into the genre, talk to me. Great film. At number 3. I got Sound of Freedom. I love that movie. I watched it. I've seen it 3 times now. Big John. Cried the first time in the theaters. Dropped tears. It hit heavy. You know, between my job in law enforcement and me having kids, hit heavy. The film itself is it's a good film, and I definitely think more people should watch it. I know for a second there it got bad publicity, and then they found out that they actually were wrong about what the accusations that were made, and they apologized for it. But by then the damage was already done. But the movie itself, good message behind it. It's loosely based on a true story. They say it's heavily based on a true story, but there's quite a few Rambo-esque, craziest scenes that you're like, you know what, this is exaggerated.
Yeah, make it
for Hollywood. But overall, it's a really good movie. Jim Caviezel, however you say his name, did a great job at acting in it. And again, it definitely. I think it would hit the heartstrings. Even if you don't drop a tear, you'll be a little sad for certain parts of the movie. There's no way you can't be, in my opinion, with the subject matter of the movie. But it sheds light on a big situation, in the world, and a big situation that's going on in America as well. I recommend Sound of Freedom. My number 2, John Wick number 4. I fucking loved it from start to finish. Love the action scenes. Love it doesn't fail. It's a beautiful send off. By now, if you haven't seen John Wick 4, it's your fault. But the ending was beautiful. Beautiful send-off for Mr. John Wick. Nice way to end the quadrilogy. It might be one of my favorites, if not my favorite quadrilogy ever, and definitely my favorite action series ever. I just thought overall it was a phenomenal film, dope film. Keanu Reeves did a great job like he always does. And just the way it was shot, the story, Donnie Yen still doing his thing and fucking that. I think he's like 50-something. And he's still doing his thing. That dude don't age overall though. He's like a vampire. But anyway, great fucking film. I loved it. Like I said, start to finish. It needed more muscle cars though. John Wick's known for his muscle cars. It needed more muscle cars.
I agree.
But at my number 1, I don't think it's a surprise. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Oh my God. I knew going into it that it was gonna be a cliffhanger. I knew it was gonna be like a part 2 thing, and I still was mad though. I was like, what the fuck? But still, the movie itself, fucking great. I mean, the across the universe, the first Spider-Man was on my top 5. Into Spider-Verse was my top 5. This one is my number 1. It's the best comic book movie made this year, in my opinion. It's not saying much. It was a terrible year, but anyway, great fucking film. I loved every moment of it. Again, start to finish, dope the way it's done, and in artsy wise, I just can't wait to put it on my OLED with my 4K and just watch it again and watch it again and watch it again. Like it's fucking phenomenal film, and that's my number 1. As far as disappointments go, I got not in this particular order, but I got Ant-Man. So I enjoyed Ant-Man 1 and I enjoyed Ant-Man 2. So I was hopeful for Ant-Man 3. Fucking terrible. So I will admittedly say I haven't seen the Marvels, but as of right now, Ant-Man is the worst Marvel movie they've made. Worse than all the TV shows. It's the worst thing Marvel's done. It's worse than The Punisher with Dolph Lundgren. This movie was terrible. It was terrible. Like I was so mad because I wanted to love it. I wanted to enjoy the movie. because I like that Ant-Man series, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be another good one with a good trilogy. That's gonna be dope. Nope, fucking movie was terrible. My other one, on a horror note, it's getting a lot of love. I don't know why it's getting so much love. Thanksgiving was fucking terrible.
I didn't even see that.
I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. I was more hyped for the trailer. I was so hyped for the movie. The trailer was better than the movie. I thought the movie was terrible. I didn't like it. Some of the kills were kind of cool. Some of the kills were, I want to say original, because only so many ways you can kill people. Unless you're Jigsaw, only so many ways you can be original when you kill people.
Right.
But the movie itself was just a disappointment. I didn't like it. I wasn't like, oh my god, this is great. Like I literally was like, eh. And I'm so mad because it's been getting great reviews, and and he already has a NECA-line toy. They're making another one. They're gonna make another film, and I'm like, movie fucking sucks. I was so mad at it. And then my last disappointment, Shazam: Fury of the Gods. The reason why I love Shazam.
Right.
I thought Shazam was great. I knew nothing about Shazam. I knew nothing about the character. The guy they picked for him, I was like, this is stupid because I didn't know about the character. So I was like, the guy they picked is stupid. He's more comedy than anything else. He's a superhero that's dumb, and he's a little kid. I watched the movie in the movie theaters. Shazam was fucking great. So when I heard Shazam 2, I was like, you know what? Follow the same recipe.
Right.
You can't go wrong. This should be great. Oh my god, it was terrible. It was so bad. Anyone who knows me knows I finished my movies. I didn't finish it. I was like, I'm done with this movie. I turned it off like an hour in. I was like, I'm done with this movie. It's fucking terrible.
See,
I couldn't do it.
It might have got better. You don't.
Nope. I'm one of those big people that, like, to me, a movie, if it starts off terrible, even if it redeems itself at the end, it's still a terrible movie. And if it starts off great and it ends terrible, it's still a terrible movie. I don't think you can redeem yourself going forward. That movie was fucking terrible. But those are my disappointments. The only one that I was gonna kill me for this because it's Tom Cruise.
Oh man.
Mission Impossible, the last one. I love Mission Impossible. I love all of them.
Right.
This last one, besides it being fucking 3 hours, I couldn't really get into it, and I was trying, I just couldn't get into it. It didn't disappoint me, but it's not in my top either. But I expected it to be because I love Tom and I love his movies and I love the Mission Impossible series. I think that's for a franchise that has fucking, what are they on now? 8 or 9 or whatever?
Only a little track.
But to me, there was no misses. And even this one is still a good enough film that I won't call it a miss, like fucking Facts X. But I expect that to be terrible. That's why it was a disappointment. I let you know ahead of time. Facts X is not a disappointment because I expected it to be terrible. That's another movie we got to talk about. Everyone's going in about like how great Jason Momoa, however you say his name, how great a villain he played. His villain was terrible. I don't like the way he played his character. It didn't fit for the Fast and Furious franchise.
Right.
Like, it didn't fit for that franchise.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's not a great franchise. It's an entertaining franchise.
Right.
But it's not a great franchise.
Right.
But that villain didn't fit. Like, the way he went about his character, yes, he played his character cool, but that character doesn't fit the franchise. It doesn't fit it just didn't work.
Yeah.
He was like an oddball the way he was doing things with his little comedy and his nails being painted and his fucking looking like a genie. It didn't fit that hard. Like, because, they have more like the dark villains. You had Jason Statham with dark villain. You had fucking Luke Goss as a dark villain. Like, you had these dark villains that are like kind of like the bad guys that are like all mysterious and shit. And you have this guy looking like a genie with painted nails. It just didn't work. But the movie was terrible. And even when they ended it, and the fact that I think they do. It's 3 more?
Well, they wanted to do 2 more, but now they're saying it's only be 1 more.
Oh, okay, because I think it would be X.
They've reeled it
part
back
1,
in.
2, and 3. So now I can do X part 1 and 2. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. That's as of now.
Which the franchise needs to end.
Yeah.
Because 10 to me was the worst one. So that they're going out and 9 was pretty bad.
9 was the worst one to me.
They went to space though.
That was horrible because the reasoning, how, it was bad. It was, but to me, 9 was still worse. Yeah.
But he drove down the dam.
They drove into space in a car with tape on it. And duct tape. And
you can use duct tape in space. Duct tape lasts through the world.
How'd they get back?
But
exactly.
But yeah. So anyone who's like that Fast and disappointment, that's your fault for expectations.
Yeah.
Because I had no expectations for that film.
That's true.
At all.
That's
I'm hoping 10 part 2 can be a little better than 10 part 1.
Oh no.
Because the end of the franchise. On a high note, because don't get me wrong, I'll still buy the box set when it comes out.
We still gonna go see it too.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely
gonna definitely go see it when it comes out.
But yeah. But those are my top movies, my honorable mentions, and my disappointments. What you got?
So ironically, well not ironically, but funny, we have 2 of the same movies in our top 5 in the same place, and you'll see where that is. But first, my honorable mentions. You mentioned it as well. Air. It almost made my top 5. Really did.
Bias.
It almost made my top 5. I didn't, I was good. I was almost there, but I loved it. Obviously, loved the story. Big fan, been wearing Jordans all my life. Me and him became friends because of Jordans. So I don't have them on right now. But I usually always wear Jordans. But like I said, me and him connected because of Jordans, because he saw me wearing some and thought that was cool because I was at work. But we'll explain that later. But Jordans, the story.
I think it was black 12s with the blue thing in them, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but
Carolina ones.
Seeing the story of how the sneakers came about and all that, and the path, the journey it went on to become, and where it could have went, and it was just a great story. Story that I've read about numerous times and I knew about, but it was good to see it reenacted and played out. So had fun watching that. I actually went to the movie theater with my mom to go watch it. Hi, Mom. Last time we went to the movies together was to see Space Jam. So you can see the correlation there. Michael Jordan, what do you know? It brings families together. Also, my honorable mentions, not a movie, but a series on streaming platforms and all that stuff. The Last of Us.
Oh, okay.
Thought it was very well done. I didn't like the ending as much, or it probably would have hit my top 5, but I was captivated every week. I was into it. I'd never finished the game. I had played the game. I'm not a PlayStation guy, but I played the game. But the story was great. The actors, the casting, everybody that was part of it was great. Like I said, almost made my top 5. I just didn't feel as impacted by the last episode as it was leading up to be like that choice of should he, shouldn't he, will he, won't he. It was obvious, like, yes, do that and that's it. Like, so it didn't do what it was supposed to do. Also in my honorable mention, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. I thought it was very well done. I had maybe like you said, I had low expectations, so maybe that's what made it. But again, honorable mentions, not in my top 5, but I loved it. And it was finally good to see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles be teenagers, be from New York, and speak like New Yorkers, because the Turtles before said cowabunga and stuff like that. That's Cali slang. That's West Coast slang. Surfers. They're New Yorkers, so they said current New York slang, and they were socially awkward with it because they live in the sewers their whole life, so they know the slang. They just don't interact with people. So it was a cute scene where they were like just saying a bunch of terms and being awkward. They should be awkward. They have no friends, so it made sense. I think it played out well. It made sense. It was animated, so you can do some things with it. Thought the story was cool. I enjoyed it. Was surprised.
I say biased because Ice Cube was in it, and since Ice Cube was in it, he loves it.
I mean,
I'm hoping that one pause. I'm hoping that one grows on me. I wasn't in love with it. I'm a big Ninja Turtle fan.
Right.
And I didn't like it. So many people who I tell they don't like it, they're like, you don't like it?
Yeah, I liked it. I really.
But the same thing with Super Mario. I didn't like Super Mario. Oh. But after my son made me watch it 90 times, it's actually entertaining. It's not bad.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah,
that's Mario's in my top 5. But back to one more honorable mention, Gran Turismo. I was surprised. I had heard the story before, and I forgot. And then seeing the movie, I was like, nah, ain't no way that was real. And it was a real person, real story. They really did the whole play the video game to become a driver thing. And it was a very good story. And I found myself, it's very choppy. Don't get me twisted. It's not perfectly done, but it's very choppy in how fast it moves. But you do find yourself like, is he gonna win? Is he gonna get the, you're intrigued in the movie. You're caught in the movie. At least I was. So I think it was a good story, little documentary on how this person became, an actual racer. I believe he's still racing. And it's one of those, hey kids, dreams can come true kind of stories.
I gotta check it out. I when I first heard it announced, I was like, this is stupid. Gran Turismo.
I got to see it on one of those early screening previews because I didn't want to see it either, but it was like an early screen. I was like, oh, I'll go see it. And then I left the theater like, yeah, that's pretty good.
I'll check it out. It's free on Netflix now.
Yeah.
Check it out.
But now to my top 5, and I was surprised, but number 5, Creed 3. I thought it was very well done. Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut. It was the first Rocky franchise movie without Sylvester Stallone, but it gave you some backstory to Adonis, and childhood friend Dame, played by Jonathan Majors. I don't know if we can say that name anymore, but played by Jonathan Majors, and it was the first movie where it was Adonis's story. He was fighting for himself. He was fighting for his own situation, not just a Rocky story or his father, living into Apollo's shadow. It was Adonis' first time having conflict. So I thought the movie was well done. I thought the final fight was great. Having that moment where like the fans all disappear in the crowd, and it's just them two with that personal beef. It felt personal. It felt real dramatic. I thought that was a good, cinematic choice. Again, being Michael B. Jordan's first director, movie, but he got, obviously he got a few friends in Hollywood that help him out with it. You know what I'm saying? What's his name that did Ryan Coogler is, he can always call him and say, hey, what should I do? So it's good to have somebody on speed dial that can help you.
Creed 3 was dope.
Yeah, but I was surprised. To me, I was like, I was torn, but I was like, you know what? That's a movie I could watch over and over and over again. I liked the story. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cute. Thought it was fun. Number 4, Super Mario Bros. Movie. Mm-hmm. Maybe that might be biased. Grew up on Mario, big fan of Mario. Seeing the movie finally come to life. Finally Nintendo was involved in it, so it wasn't, like the other Mario Bros. Movies, John Leguizamo and them, where they actually followed.
Don't insult that movie, all right? That movie's
just
shit.
saying. But this one actually followed the game, went through the tunnels, went through the story. Peach, I thought it was well done. Again, it's only like an hour and a half, so it's something I can watch over and over and over again. I enjoy it. I think Peaches should have been Oscar worthy for that song. It got snubbed. But, they do that to my man Jack Black all the time. They don't respect his artistry, But Peaches is a great song. Kids were singing it all over for all summer. So I think,
I was lip singing on Halloween.
See?
My son made me Bowser, so I was Bowser. So I was outside with the blue speaker on.
It makes sense. Peaches. Like, come on, that's a great song. And like I said, the movie itself I thought was well done. Everybody got a hero moment in there. Even my man Toad got busy. Everybody got a chance to do something. So, Luigi... everybody was mad that he was, he got snatched up, wanted him to do more, but I thought it made sense. He played it too, you know what I'm saying? Me and Otto went back and forth on this on Great Penny. Y'all saw it, or if you didn't watch the episode. But, it's player 2, right? Nobody wanted to be player 2 growing up. You wanted the first controller. That's just how it is. You always want the first controller. Number 3 on my list, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Like John alluded to, wasn't a very good year for comic book movies, Marvel in particular. So I only got one on my list, if you have noticed. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, a conclusion to the trilogy, heartfelt movie, rocket story. Thought it was well done. I loved all 3 of the Guardians movies. This one, some say better than the first one. I think the first one's still the best. I think 3 is slightly edges out 2, but I think 2 kind of intros 3 because you get more of Rocket's anger in 2, and now in 3 you get why he's so angry or why he is the way. So I think you still need all of them. So it's like one of them things where you just watch them all. Don't try to rank them. But we always do. That's what we do, especially as YouTube content creators. We got to rank stuff. It's just
part of the game.
It's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? But 3 as its own movie was great. It was James Gunn's farewell to the MCU, kind of, because he's going on to do DCU. But Rocket's story was like the emotional story of it. We got more of why he is the way he is, some friends he lost, why he was so standoffish. It was a great movie, and I still to this day laugh at the people that were the animal rights people that were mad, like, oh, they showed animal cruelty and it was graphic, and like they're CGI animals. No real animals were harmed in the making of the movie. Calm down, like seriously. Other than that, it was a great movie, but it's like no animals were hurt. Nobody really was picking animals out of a cage and stabbing them.
It's a sensitive era. You got to pick at everything.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I actually had Guardians of the Galaxy as 5. They got kicked out by BlackBerry.
Oh, okay. Okay. And like I did say earlier, we got 2 movies, same on the list, same order. Yes. My number 2, John Wick Chapter 4, for the same reasons that John said. Great farewell send-off to the franchise. However, they want to make a 5 because money talks. Unfortunately, but I think 4 should be the end.
I was hoping Keanu would say no.
Money.
Keanu don't care about money. He's one of the people in Hollywood who don't give a fuck.
Sometimes enough money just makes you say, okay, I don't want to do it, but...
That's true. Only fans coming soon.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, again, I think it would have been a great finale. He still went out winning. You know what I'm saying? He won the duel. He just got that shot, just made him bleed out, or so we thought. And again, they haven't started production on it, so maybe they might say, you know what, nah, let's just leave it there. But as of now, they have a budget set aside for the next one, so, and they got spin-offs and stuff. Have you watched The Continental yet?
I haven't yet, because it has nothing to do with John Wick, so I don't care as much.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't watched it yet, so I'm going to talk shit about something I haven't watched. I hate doing it, but I got to do it. In the trailers, they're fighting. Mm-hmm. In the Continental. Mm-hmm. But the whole point of the Continental is you can't fight on the ground.
Right. Well, maybe that's why they get the rule to not fight in there.
It could be. I ain't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it either.
I have Peacock, so I should watch it.
Right. But so yeah, and once again, my number 1, Across the Spider-Verse, same as John said, the artistry, the colors, And then I had to watch some deep dives about it, and they explained the colors and stuff I didn't even notice. You know, every different universe had its own drawing style and art style, and so we didn't pick up on it when we first saw it. Like, oh, then we would have been easy to realize he was in a different universe, and then the 41, and like the story was great. Like John said, going into it, we knew it was going to be, you know, left with a cliffhanger. But the best ones is when it's like it ends and you're still like, oh no, I need more. No, don't end there. You know, so that hype, they did a great job to me. I think it's still great on its own as a part two. The soundtrack was good, but as a part two in the movie, I think it's still great. I don't think, you know, I don't feel like I'm left with just, oh, now I have to wait for part three because this is incomplete. No, I still feel like this story in itself, yes, the anticipation is there for the next one. However, this movie alone is satisfying for the year or however long until we get the next one. But top movie of the year, top comic book movie of the year, top everything of the year. Disappointments. It was 4 DCEU movies. All of them are disappointments. There was, 3 Marvel movies. Ant-Man was a disappointment. The Marvels I didn't think was as bad as people say it is, but it's getting terrible reviews, so it's disappointment, and it didn't make any money. Nobody went to see it, which is funny. Nobody went to see it, but everybody got an opinion on it. Y'all know how that goes. But it was a disappointing year in general for comic book movies. But across the Spider-Verse makes up for all of that, you know. And it's the best thing Sony has done on their own, you know, with the Marvel genre, because, you know, we got Morbius and Venom, and Madam Web is coming soon, but we're looking forward to the final Spider-Verse movie.
Is that 2024 or 2025?
What, the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
I do not know. The plan was 24, but now they're saying it's delayed. So, and it's animated, so who knows what they got to redo and voiceovers and stuff. So who knows? I don't know when, but I think it's got pushed back. And, you know, the strikes happened in 2023, so, you know, that might have pushed it back. So we don't know when we're getting the finale to the trilogy, but I'm looking forward to it still. I've watched part 2 numerous times. So to hold over to the third one comes out, I'll have to watch it a lot more times. Other disappointments, I don't have too many. Oh, another honorable mention, we should put Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear. The name speaks for itself.
It's a bear on cocaine, motherfucker.
the name speaks for itself.
The fucking best. But actually, I forgot. I'm slacking.
What?
So Creed, phenomenal trilogy, right? Third one, great one. Another trilogy that ended, and I thought did a great fucking job. Equalizer 3. Denzel Washington. I really thought it was gonna be a washed up movie, so I didn't watch it in theaters, and I should have. I loved 1 and 2. And I was like, he looks a little washed in this one. I'm not gonna. It was more story. They gave you an older Equalizer. I can't remember his name at the moment.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
They gave you an older.
Because he's like the same character as the other movie that Denzel did. What's the other one? Man on Fire.
But they gave you an older. They gave you an older Equalizer, this one, and in the movie they make him older, so he looks a little beat, and it explains why he looks a little beat. So that's not Denzel just aging; that's part of the movie. It's him getting in. It's method acting right there. But I really.
He got older for the movie.
Yeah, he got older for the movie.
Makes sense.
That's not real. He gained a little weight. He's a little older. He's not as in shape. The movie explains it. But I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Equalizer 3, and I'm mad I didn't see it in theaters. But it was a great part of the trilogy, and I was like, yo, they did a good job. It's I'm not trying to put a plug in here, but it's free on a streaming service if you want to watch that streaming service.
Right.
But
I was upset. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I have yet to see Godzilla -1, and I am a big Godzilla fan.
Oh, you'll fucking love it.
Time
if it's still in theaters, you gotta see it.
Yeah, I do, and that's the thing. Time-wise, I've been unable to go to see it. I do need to go see it. I do want, and I've been wanting to go see it, and I'm upset that I have not seen it yet. So I do want to go see Godzilla -1. So yeah.
But and then like I said, for movies overall, I know for music you asked me, so for movies I'm gonna ask you first. Okay. Anything you're looking forward to coming this year? Anything?
Well, like I said, the strike kind of pushed everything, so I don't even. Well, no, there's a bunch of sequels that are officially dropping this year. The one that's coming the soonest, Deadpool 3. Definitely looking forward to Deadpool 3.
That's what I'm the most hyped for.
We've seen Hugh Jackman is in there, Wolverine's wearing his blue and yellow. Everybody that knows me knows huge Wolverine fan, so I'm looking forward to him being in this, and hopefully the MCU getting back on track. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully, save us.
But that's probably the biggest thing I'm looking forward to. And that, like I said, that's I think next month, I believe February or March. I forget the exact date.
I thought it got pushed, but it was supposed to be March.
Okay.
I thought it got pushed a little bit.
And I believe that's the only MCU movie this year.
Yeah.
So we're only getting one movie, but we're getting some shows and some other stuff. But that's the main one I'm looking forward to. I'm trying to think movie-wise, what else am I looking forward to? Like I said, I don't even know the dates because so much stuff got pushed.
Well, I mean, so
the Kong and Godzilla one, the trailer actually got me hyped for that. When they first announced it, I wasn't, and then I saw the trailer, and they introduced like this silverback gorilla dude who's like now the antagonist to it, and they might have to jump him, and I'm like, oh. And how we've said it when we saw Kong vs. Godzilla, listen, I don't care about the people, the humans in the movie. I just want to see them fight on site, pop off, and I'm with that. So if Kong gonna finally become King Kong, he gotta beat the gorilla dude and get his title as king of the underworld or some middle of the world, whatever they call that. I'm looking forward to that fight because I enjoyed Kong vs. Godzilla. I thought the fights was awesome. They was just knocking buildings over. They was going at it. And it was literally on site. Like when they saw each other, they just ran up and started throwing hands. I love that. That's what it's supposed to be. Take notes. That's what every Transformers movie is supposed to be. There was a Transformers movie last year. Were you disappointed by it, or did it just come and go?
No, actually, that was another one. So I'm not a big fan of the Transformers movies. Mm-hmm. I love the first one because what it was at the time.
Right.
I didn't grow up on Transformers. It was right before my age to watch cartoons, okay. And so I didn't grow up on it, and like I didn't really care about the Transformers, although I did like the toys as a kid. Mm-hmm. So I never cared about that much. Then when I saw the first one, I was like, this movie's fucking dope. The way the big screen, never do anything in action, get all the sound effects. I love movie cinematography, and I love the fucking audio. So getting to watch all that come through, I was like, oh, that's dope. Then the second one came out, I was like, this is pretty good. Third one, I didn't care so much. Then anything with Mark Wahlberg, I like Mark Wahlberg. I'm a Mark Wahlberg fan. But the Mark Wahlberg Transformers were terrible.
Horrible.
And I didn't expect much, but again, I saw it was free on whatever streaming app I had at the time. It was free, and I was like, I'll check it out. And I actually liked it. I enjoyed it, actually. Yeah. It wasn't enough to be in any of my top things, but it was. Right. But I definitely enjoyed it as a film overall.
And what did you think about the ending that alluded to G.I. Joe connection?
So it didn't hit me at first either.
Oh, okay.
That actually, like I seen on when I was trying to see if there's anything after the trailers, I went to what's after the credits.com, and they were talking about like how, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't put those two together actually. Okay. But I also again G.I. Joe, nothing I didn't grow up on. Oh, okay. Like I had G.I. Joe's action figures, but those were passed down from my brother. Oh, okay. I didn't grow up on G.I. Joe the cartoon and all that stuff, so I really didn't care as much. Right. But to see those universes connect and just see what they're doing, I just worry that are they gonna do like. Is everyone gonna be Marvel and just connect all the universes? Like there was jokes about Fast and Furious and Jurassic Park. Like, right. Like
everyone's been trying to duplicate the MCU. So yeah,
but it's a little.
I could see them trying.
It's a little different because I think these characters in the MCU all coexist in each other. Right. I don't know of Duke ever getting down with
I think cartoon-wise, it was like maybe one cartoon. I don't know too many because the comics they just always run off but I'm on the cartoons. I think it happened once, but it wasn't as major in my childhood that happened. So I don't really remember it, but yeah, I think I'm hoping they're just going to use it as the jumping off point, and then it's going to go its own way, because we've had so many Transformers movies already. They wanted to just redo G.I. Joe, so I'm thinking this is going to be the starting point for G.I. Joe to be its own thing. Starring, I forget the actor's name, I'm sorry, but this will be his franchise, because he's been in a lot of movies, and he's a good actor. He's a decent actor. So this will be a franchise of his own, maybe. That's what I'm hoping it'll be, something he can have and be over there, and then they can just separate the two, So.
By chance, did you see Iron Claw?
No.
I watched it. I thought it was a good film. Mm-hmm. It reminded me of that Robert Downey Jr. in fucking Tropic Thunder. It's about emotionality. Like, it didn't bring that out of me. Like, I expected to bring that. Heard. When the things happen, the tragedies happen. And I'm someone who went into it not knowing the story of because I liked wrestling at the Attitude Era, but I'm not a wrestling fucking fanatic.
Way back, yeah.
So I didn't know the story of these dudes. So I expected when the tragedy, I knew it was a tragic story, so I knew when the tragedy hit, to be like, oh, but each one when it hit, it was like, oh, okay. Right. Well, that happened. That kind of sucks. But it wasn't like, and so it didn't hit me, but so many wrestling fans and like friends I talked to that told the same thing. They're like, you didn't cry? No, it wasn't that deep. Like the movie itself. Right. But this and this, like,
Right.
But anyway, so for 2024, I had a little thing I was looking at to make sure the ones I'm looking forward to. So I got Deadpool 3, obviously. I'm hoping that it brings the MCU back. I really am. I love Deadpool 1, love Deadpool 2. I don't see why Deadpool 3 is gonna fail. I don't see why it wouldn't. You're adding fucking Hugh Jackman in as Logan. Like I can't see this movie failing. I hope it doesn't fail. Because if it fails, I think this might be the end of our Marvel universe. Like because Disney and Marvel had a terrible 2023. We'll talk about that later.
I think we're good. But
so that I'm actually looking forward to Dune Part 2 because I enjoyed the first Dune.
Yeah, I didn't.
And it visually is a beautiful film. So I'm looking forward to Dune Part 2.
No, I agree. Visually is beautiful.
The action star / MMA lover in me is looking forward to Roadhouse. You got Jake Gyllenhaal and you got Conor McGregor.
Roadhouse.
Looking forward to it. I actually like Roadhouse.
It's one of the movies that I know I saw and I never don't remember it. Like
so being behind the wall, being locked in, when the TV's on, whatever's on is on, and that's one of the ones that like on overnight, so I'm stuck working overnight. If Roadhouse is playing, I don't change it. I'm play it. It's not my favorite movie. I'm not gonna like, let's go watch Roadhouse.
Got it.
But I like the original, so I'm gonna definitely watch the remake, knowing it has him in it. Then Beetlejuice 2. I'm hoping for good things. Mike Keaton's still doing his thing. He's still alive and kicking.
Right.
So I'm hoping for good things. But I'm going to talk on things I'm not looking forward to.
All right, so 2024 is the year of the sequels. That's what I forgot about that. Yeah,
wait, one more that I'm looking forward to. Wicked. They're making a movie of it. I'm hoping they don't ruin it. I actually love the Broadway musical.
Okay.
I've seen it 3 times. I love it.
You know how I know you're good?
Say what you want. I mean, to be fair, one was with one girl, the other was with another girl. Okay. And then the other one was with my daughter who wanted to see it for her birthday. So, to be fair. Okay. But I'm still gay. But after Wicked though, the things I'm worried about, Gladiator 2.
Definitely.
Because why? I don't know why we needed Gladiator 2. Like Mercedes Rowe, like he died. Like why do we need part 2? And then I remember I watched an interview with Russell Crowe and they asked him about it and he was like, he literally said, I don't fucking know, I'm not in it.
There you go.
Which is great.
Best answer.
But I'm a little scared about that one. The trailer for Craven looks kind of cool, but after Morbius, I'm like, disappointed. I have no hope for Madam Web at all. Yeah. And then the one that I'm most scared for is the Joker.
Joker 2?
Joker 2.
The musical?
When I heard it was a musical, I'm scared. I was hyped for this movie because I thought Joker 1 was phenomenal, even though it's mainly a movie about mental illness and not really a Joker film. It still was great. And Joaquin Phoenix did a great job. Joker 2, so hyped for. And then I found out it was a musical. And I was like, Lady Gaga can act, she don't have to sing. She did a good job in fucking American Horror Story. She didn't sing.
They want to sing.
They want her to sing.
Yep.
But that means you have to have Joaquin Phoenix singing. And although he did a good job with Walk the Line, Johnny Cash, the Joker is not a fucking musical. Yeah. So I'm a little worried. I'm worried about this one. I'm putting faith in the director, but I'm worried about this one.
I'm looking forward to the new Ghostbusters movie.
Are you? Did you like the other one with the kids?
I like the other one with the kids.
I did like the other one. Okay.
I like the other one with the kids.
I'm in the middle with this one.
I mean, this one, I don't want to say I'm looking forward to it. I'm here for it. I don't have high expectations for it, but I like the other one, so that's why I'm here for it. To add on to your movies that we don't need, I mean, it's going straight to Netflix, but Beverly Hills Cop 4, we don't need it. But I'm going to watch it because it's on, it'll be free, well, not free, but it'll be on Netflix. Bad Boys 4 is supposed to be happening this year.
I love Bad Boys 1. Bad Boys 2 is an action movie masterpiece. Bad Boys 3 was terrible.
Yeah, didn't need it, and we don't need 4.
Didn't need it at all. And then even the ending was just like...
Yeah. And, we're supposed to be getting a Venom 3. I don't know.
No hope. Now, and I thought I got pushed back to 2025, but still, no hope for that one.
Yeah. But I am looking forward to Sonic 3.
I like Sonic 1 and 2.
I did, so I'm looking forward to Sonic 3.
And more Knuckles in this one, and Knuckles is dope.
So I'm looking forward to, and Shadow's supposed to come in. What's his name? Yeah, Shadow. Yeah. He's supposed to be in it.
And then, so we don't need it, but because the way it's shot, and because George Miller is fucking great, Furiosa, the prequel for Mad Max, we don't need the movie, but I am looking forward to watching it because just alone the way it's shot, he shoots fucking beautiful film, and I'm hyped for that part alone just to watch that. And actually, I missed one, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah,
I love the Planet of the Apes films.
Oh yeah,
from the new ones, from James Franco on. I never liked the Mark Wahlberg version. I never liked the originals, but from James Franco on, I like all those films.
Okay.
So I'm hoping this one is phenomenal because it'll be another one that like I love when you could finish off a masterpiece, great quadrilogy or anthology or whatever. Like
Right.
so.
Yeah, I'm here for that. Yeah. So yeah, there's a few, and then obviously Hollywood has become like a remake, reboot, world. But there's always an original property that pops up. So I'm looking forward to whatever's original that might sneak under the radar. That we might like. So I'm always open to that.
Last of Us 2. That I'm hopeful.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the year, some shit like that.
I think they're starting to film that soon. I think they said they're going to start that. So yeah, I'm definitely looking for Last of Us Part 2. Because I really don't know much about the second game, and I heard that it really goes there. So I don't know where they're going to go with the season itself. So, but I'm looking forward to that story continuing. And yeah, like I said, whatever else pops up, I'm here for that as well. Nice. But let us know what you got in your top, your top 5. Anything we might have forgot, might have missed, something that was a sleeper or something that we should check out.
I see Otto just naming a bunch of random
foreign films and yeah, we ain't got time for all that.
You know what wasn't bad though?
What?
Saw 10.
Yes, I saw that. It wasn't that bad.
It doesn't deserve to be on a list or anything.
Right. It's one of those in the middle again. It wasn't disappointing. It wasn't great. But it was like in the middle. So I saw that. It was like, okay, Jigsaw's back. It was a little old school Jigsaw. It was
for having 10 films in a horror thing, it's not a bad franchise.
Right.
And this is where people come from me. I love horror movies. I'm a big horror fan. I would argue that it's better than the Friday the 13th franchise. The Saw franchise. I
would agree.
A better Friday the 13th franchise. And
if you go movie for movie, I would agree.
And I would say that it could battle Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 2, and 3, phenomenal. After that, if you watch them, it falls off.
And that's what I'm saying. When you go movie for movie, like it's gonna keep going. And yeah, I think the consistency stayed. The consistency stayed there. Yeah.
For what you expect from a Saw film, I thought it was really good.
Right.
One of the better horror franchises. But so that's fun. Yeah. I'll talk more about horror franchises in my disappointments of the year.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. So that's it for movies for now. Like I said, let us know what you think, and we'll be back with more.